that gone now? Is everybody
I think it
cool?
was Kira. Yeah.
No, it was Kieran. It was definitely Kieran's fault. Anyway, okay, we're back. We're live. Loopy de Loop says Code Monkey 7. That was Loopy de Loop. Everyone say echo twice. No, Badger, we're not going to get into that. That's just dangerous. Thank you. Sissy Stuffkid says, damn, that echoes like 4 times. Yeah, it was quite crazy. But welcome everybody to the Egg Pod. This is a special Egg Pod for us. It's the night after Nationals, and joining us this evening, besides Adam, who's not important, are some of the winners from this weekend. Some of the guys who made it into the top echelons of our event. Kiran Chetty actually making top 4 each of the 3 days. So that's pretty cool. So welcome, fellas. Diego, who is currently SpongeBob SquarePants. Greetings. How are you?
I am good, and you?
I'm fantastic, man. Thank you. Kiran Chetty, how are you doing?
Top of the world, Crispin. Top of the world.
Top of the world. And Kiran Manny, how are you doing?
Oh, just stellar, mate. Just stellar.
Stellar. I'm not going to ask Adam how he's doing because I don't care.
I'm not doing great. I want to go sleep.
But we thought it would be cool to have a little chat about the weekend and just get some of the guys' views from the players who were there and had the experience of the Nationals that happened. And just find out from them what they thought about the whole thing and how it went. And now I put this right up on screen, so I'm going to move it over there. Shows you how well prepared we are tonight. I must tell you, we're all pretty brain dead. It was a hell of a weekend, and it was crazy. But before we get started, I have to do the things that I have to do. And one of those things is to thank our patrons. We've got news for you guys a little bit later in the show. So let me just give that shout out right now to Zoe, to Ken, to Yola, to Ricardo, Christoph, Rob, Niels, Christopher, and to Kyle Uthian. You all are the Eggies' knees. That's true. Our eggs have knees. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to us. So let's just go through this real quick. On Friday, we had Standard. On Saturday, we had Pioneer. And yesterday, which was Sunday, we had Modern. Standard ended up between a showdown between Diego in his first major tournament and Kiran Chetty. I don't know if you guys want to just talk us through a little bit what went down there. I know, Kiran, you were ready for beer. And you offered the split to Diego, and Diego said, "Man, I've come here to win." Is that how it went down?
Yeah, pretty much. He says, "No, I'm too good. I'm gonna beat you." So we played.
He just posted it. I don't know if you saw that, but that was quite funny. Like a gift that came up and said, "I won."
Well done, bud. Well done. Listen, let me tell you, I've seen lots come and go, man. I've seen lots come and go. 20 years later, I'm still here. So consistency is the key to all of it. Hey, one fell swoop doesn't make a summer.
There we go. Diego, how are you feeling about your win, dude? Obviously, first big tournament, come up against one of the best players in the country. Must have been a thing for you. How did it go? How did you feel?
I felt amazing afterwards. There was like a brief moment of disbelief where everything felt surreal. Like I couldn't believe it. And like everything before the match was called, I was so nervous because everything was there in front of me. I could see it happening. I could see it coming to an end. I could see the win. And I was just afraid something was going to come along and derail it, disrupt it. And in the end, I still can't believe it. I'm telling everyone that I know about it. I'm showing them the last bit of the VOD, and like it's my first big tournament, so I'm super happy.
Well, I hope we see you at a lot more, and I hope that you keep that winning run going, and you give everybody more than a run for their money. Because as Kiran says, it's consistency that counts. So you got to keep it going and keep that winning streak there, dude. So all the best of luck for all your future events. We really do wish you all the best in that regard. Then on Saturday we had Pioneer, and Pioneer went to a final between Kiran and Kiran. Correct?
Indeed.
It did. And then again, beer o'clock coming around for Kiran. You guys might understand there's a thing about beer o'clock, which we'll come to in a little bit. Kiran will explain the importance of beer o'clock. Particularly for top 8 Magic players. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But this came around again, and this time he spoke to Kiran and he said, "Kiran, are you keen to split?"
To be honest, it was actually me who asked him.
Oh, wow. I thought it was the other way around. Okay, I got that wrong.
Yeah. No, it was actually me who asked him. And, I mean, beer o'clock, I learned from the best. Like, you have to go for it.
But now, okay, so just hold on, Kieran. You actually have a really interesting story about your Pioneer Day. You weren't planning on playing Pioneer, is that correct?
Yeah. Normally, when I play, I'm pretty much just exclusive modern player, a bit of limited here and there when I get a chance. So when I booked my tickets, I was like, I've never played Pioneer. I'm not going to go out and buy a deck now. I don't know this format. And then it turns out two of my mates, one from Cape Town, one from Bloemfontein, they were in urgent need of a place to stay. So I said, you know what, guys, just crash at mine. I asked them which days they need me to take them around and whatnot. And they were both playing Pioneer, and they convinced me. They were like, listen, just play Pioneer. You can't just take us to the place and go home. So I bought my ticket and I started speaking to all my mates, and someone I knew, Anshin from Egg. We do a lot of testing for Modern together, and I remember she had some Phoenixes, and I know she wasn't using them. So I said, like, this is very last minute, the day before she came from Bloom. I gave her this extensive list of every nice looking blue and red card that could go in a Phoenix deck. I said, please find me any of these that you can find in the time you have before you're driving down.
Sure.
And then she brought all the stuff, dropped it at me, and was like, dude, peace be with you, good luck. I don't know what you're gonna do. So that night we came home from, I played the Legacy side event, so we came home pretty late from that, went out, ate, and at 1 a.m. I was sitting here thinking, how am I gonna make this deck for tomorrow? And I follow some streamers online on Twitter. I asked them for help. I joined one of their Patreons, and they were like, it was a guy who exclusively plays Phoenix. He hooked me up with a list, a guide, and he was like, this is how you sideboard, this is how you don't sideboard. Good luck. And then I rocked up on the day, and the deck was absolutely cracked. Absolutely cracked.
You had a good day.
Yeah. Yep. My going in, my expectation was 0-2 drop, come home and make a modern deck.
Right.
Yeah,
Hold
it
on,
didn't
sorry.
go that
Come
way.
home and make a Modern deck the day before Modern? Did you not have an idea about what you're going to
Yeah.
play in Modern?
So I had an idea, and then it just didn't. We tested the deck for a while, and I just wasn't happy with it going in. It felt too fragile.
Okay.
I was going to go with a red-black Rakdos mid-range deck, and I said the deck is just too fair.
Okay.
And you're not here to do fair things in Modern.
No, not in competitive Magic,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing, chat. You guys, I mean, what's your favorite format from the weekend? We had Standard, we had Pioneer, Modern. Throw it out there. What was your favorite format? If you watched the streams, what was the favorite deck you got to see? I mean, I know for me, the most sort of left field deck that came out for me over the weekend was a Grixis dress down deck that I'd never even heard of before, and it just looked like so much fun when I got to see it played, and so I think that's a deck I might look into in the future. But just quickly, let's jump onto the last day. Let's go to Modern, and now, I mean, we'll chat to Kieran. Kieran, the Modern field was quite cool. It was really competitive scene. It was our fullest house. We had 56 players. How did you find the day getting up to that final top four? What was that like for you?
It was wonderful. It was actually the only format that I was prepared for and I knew anything about. So, you know, it was kind of nice to play a format where I was pretty relaxed and knew what to do. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. My deck was amazing. I felt like I had the best deck, or maybe the second best deck choice in the room. And I knew how to play it pretty well. It's really quick, so I was done often 15-minute rounds.
Sure.
You know, smashed it. I didn't drop a game on the day. So yeah, just a bunch of 2-0s, some IDs, and a win in a quarterfinal, and yeah, off you go. But yeah, it was a very nice event because it was good to see, like, as I was saying, the Bullies in the top 8 there with like Enrico and John and Simon, and you know, I guess myself falling in that section, I guess. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see some old faces, and yeah, it's always fun playing Magic, I guess, man.
Always fun playing. I said Conscript saying that his favorite format was getting to go back home, which is unfortunate. I know that Rob did not have a good weekend. Sorry about that, dude. But just, I mean, then just quick talk. So Modern then ended up with a whole bunch of mates, and Kieran, I put you on the spot yesterday at the end of the stream to explain to the viewers and stuff about where we were and what was happening with that split. But I think it's just fair to say that by the end of the day, after the good magic and the good camaraderie and all of that stuff, top 4 players, you guys all know each other pretty well and all happy to share that part. Was that kind of how it went down?
Yeah, I mean, in a gaming world or the poker world, things such as expected value is something that you must take cognizance of. And when a prize pool is, as there's a good prize pool up for grabs, but at the end of the day, the first place there was a big incentive to come first. So there was a good split. We agreed to split it. Everyone walked away happy, and most importantly, like honestly, we got to finish. I think about 6 o'clock yesterday.
Yes, we
so,
did.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. So I mean, we all got to leave and still, I think, see a little bit of the sun and get out. And I mean, some of us went to a bar around the corner, a restaurant around the corner, and have a good time. So after 3 days of magic, and I'm sure it was exhausting for you in the booth, as it was for someone like me, because I played all 3 days and went late all 3 days. I was destroyed. So, I could have easily played and maybe I would have won, maybe not. But the other guys would think the same. Who were, when the top 4 split. But we all walked away happy and had a great weekend.
Okay, now you got to talk to us about this new rule, this rule that I've discovered this evening. Well, not the rule. I don't know if rule is the right word. You're going to talk to me about the beer o'clock in top 8 and the curse.
Yeah, well, it's quite simple. You see, it's just one of those things. If you make a top 8 and in particular winning, you have a responsibility to pay for dinner and drinks for your team. That's just rule of thumb. That's just etiquette 101. And if you don't come for said beer and don't buy your teammates a round or two, well, we're probably never going to see you again. So there's lots of them that I've seen over the years, and you wonder why they haven't made those top tables again. And it's probably the curse, the beer o'clock curse.
The beer o'clock curse. They should make a card. I think it's going to be the new unset. Going to be the beer o'clock curse.
It's not a joke, folks. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. True story.
It's just not like The Ring. It's not like you. I mean, it's not that rubbish. I mean, if you watch the VHS, you'll never win another game of Magic or whatever.
Listen, I don't want to tempt fate. That's all I'm saying. So I don't do it. So I recommend our listeners don't either, or viewers don't either.
Sounds good. I think if I ever make a top 8, I will remember this. Although the chances are fairly low. But that's okay. I just quickly want to just jump back a little bit and just go. So, Diego, this was your first major event, yeah?
Yes.
I know that we spoke a little bit about how you felt after Standard, etc., but you came through for the Pioneer Day as well. Even though you weren't playing, you came through just to get a sense of the vibe and everything. How did you feel about this event? The event itself, not necessarily your participation in it, but the event itself. Did you have a good time? Did you have fun? Did you get a glimpse of what it could be?
Yes, I did a lot of walking around during the Pioneer event and did some help here and there. And I got to see a lot of different decks, a lot of different matchups. Rakdos Pyromancer came up a lot, as well as the Arclight Phoenix Bill and Spirits as strong contenders. But there was a cool deck I saw from Udi Moodley that day.
Yes.
And it was a vampire deck, an Orzhov Vampires deck. And I think he went 0-6 that day.
No, he got crushed, unfortunately.
He got crushed. But the entire idea behind the deck was super cool, and like I haven't seen it necessarily before.
When I got back into Magic, the first real deck I built was an Orzhov Vampires deck, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I was kind of quietly rooting for UD and his Vampires, but yeah, no, the Vampires, they got crushed, bro. It wasn't pretty. Sorry.
And of course, I went that day to support the other Poch people, Reinhard, Damien, Ryan, and all the other people. Sure. And they did very well. Reinhard got to the top 8, but unfortunately he dropped out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But he played very well until then. And even Damien, he came 13th. He was one win away from making top 8. So it's like...
Sure. No,
it was
awesome.
It was very fun to be there supporting the other players as well.
Fantastic, man. Kieran, the level of Magic you experienced at this particular event, what would you say? Are you happy? Oh, it was 3-3, not 0-6, says Yudi. My bad. I do apologize.
Pride was on the line there.
What did you think of the competition itself? I mean, were you happy? Could you walk away going you played competitive Magic? Did you feel like that happened?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Man, this weekend was an absolute jewel. There's just something different about playing a high level event for some decent prize money. Not your usual 3 or 4 round F&M. There's a big difference between your 4 round events and a nice 6 round event with a cut to top 8, with some high stakes. You got guys flying in from all different parts of the country, and
Sure.
you know a lot of these guys are good. I mean, a lot of these guys I remember from when I was a kid, and I'm like, wow, they're still around. Like, pretty scary when I thought about it.
Now you got to be careful because you talk about it when you're a kid, and Kiran's already mentioned the bullies, and you know, careful now.
He remembers me when I was small. I was small. You might not believe it. Once upon a time.
It's actually funny you mentioned that. Chirag Maharaj, who was the legacy champion, I tried to get hold of him to join us for the stream tonight. But when I did, he was actually telling me, I'm at the airport right now, which was in the morning, flying back to his hometown, you know. So absolutely, people came from all over the country to come and join with us. I mean, Simon came up from Durban. I'm not sure how many other guys came from where. All I know is that it was very cool to see so many different Magic players coming to an event. Adam, I'm finally going to include you because I feel like I'm just not talking to you at all. But that's because you made work the whole week.
Can I just leave?
Yeah.
You put in a lot of effort to get this tournament up and running and making sure that it happened. Do you feel like it was worth it?
I just sat there and did nothing. Like the whole weekend, I just sat there and did nothing. I had just to do the job for us, you know. But yeah, man, leading up to the 6 months of ridiculously hard work, having a COVID lockdown in between that and having to postpone the qualifiers because of that, and then trying to get them up and running again, leading to the weekend. Shit. And it was one hell of a ride. It's kind of weird that it's over. I think I did mention that to you today.
Yeah.
I actually didn't want it to be over, but also my feet couldn't handle it anymore. Neither could my brain nor my voice. But all in all, I think it was a really well-run event. Not much issues to deal with. Our judges did do a very cool job.
Yes, applause to the judges. They handled everything very well.
Yeah, and seeing guys like Kiran back behind the table playing some card Magic, and John Wood and Richard, obviously, and then having the out-of-towners like Herman Blackie and his son coming through from Cape Town, and Chirag from Cape Town, and the boys from Durban, and I probably have to mention Anshin. And then like this horde of Potch players that just pitched up over this weekend, you know, like 12 of them spread over the whole weekend. It was really cool to see that.
Sure.
Seeing a smile on Grant's face because of decent sales over the weekend too. I mean, that's why this had to happen.
Yeah.
So that people can get involved and we can get feet back into the shops and show people it's okay to go play again.
Yeah, no, I think that's
the point of it.
That was a huge win for us as well. Was also just getting the stores involved through the qualifiers and at the finals. Or I think that was massive, and it was always the sort of the key focus was to get people back in stores. And I think from what Badger says, I think the tournaments were really well done. The actual games set up in the streams all super well done. It was really awesome to see Paper Magic in those numbers again. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the numbers that we had over the weekend, if you think about it, through the course of the 3 days, we had more than 100 players playing Magic. And it was just, you know, wow. It was just really, really cool. And just quickly to touch on that, in terms of the streams, etc., just so that all of you are aware, because to be honest, without the players, nothing would have happened. So to the players, a huge thank you, and thank you for taking part. Thank you for being a part of this Nationals experience and doing the things that we needed you to do to make it a reality. And just so that you guys are aware, I'm going to give you some stats from the streams that we did. So we streamed the whole day, every day. We streamed from the first game to the very end of every day. In fact, on Standard, we had the longest day, which was a 10-hour, 16-minute stream, which was actually our worst stream day. We had 154 unique viewers, and we had a maximum of 24 viewers on stream at one time, and we got 2 new followers out of that particular day. However, when we go to Pioneer on day 2, which was a 9-hour stream, 411 unique viewers, 10 new followers, and an average of 12.1 viewers throughout the day, with a maximum number of viewers at 26. Now, for those of you who don't know, those numbers may not sound really big in terms of the average viewers and the maximum viewers on a stream, but for a South African stream, they're actually above average, quite well above average, actually. So you guys took this tournament big and wide. We had people joining us from the States. We had guys in Hawaii getting hold of us, wanting to know where we were, if they could come through. We were like, well, hop on a plane and you can be here. We even got a guy in Japan who was telling us about a hurricane that they were about to have, and that he was busy watching Magic while the news was telling him there was a hurricane coming. So that was kind of interesting. And we kind of said to the guy, like duck under a table or something, stay safe, that kind of thing. But then on Modern, just to give you an indication, Modern was obviously yesterday. Modern was our shortest stream, 7 hours and 40 minutes. That stream garnered us 467 unique viewers, 15 new followers, and an average of 25.9 viewers through the course of a 7.5 hour stream, with a maximum number of viewers of 46 viewers at one time. We ended the day right at the end, after the announcement of the split. We had 32 viewers on stream at that time. So guys, you reached out, guys and girls, you took this tournament and you made it international. The amount of plaudits we got from people all over the world telling us how great it was to see Paper Magic back wouldn't have happened without any of you. So from our side to you, just a huge thank you once again for taking part and doing the things that we really needed you to do, which was buy tickets and come play, win qualifiers and come play. So thank you. We can't actually thank you enough, because it's been amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Crispy, just one thing. Those numbers that I sent you last night for Modern alone, the views literally an hour after we ended the stream, or 2 hours after the stream, it was sitting at 800 odd.
Yeah,
views.
Currently, if you were to go onto our Twitch channel now and have a look at the videos there, because obviously people come and watch afterwards. So Standard has 401 views, Pioneer has 688, and Modern has 864 currently. That's just under 2,000 views for a weekend of South African Magic, which is pretty freaking amazing from everyone. So yeah, really do appreciate it. But from our side, guys, we just, again, I wanted to get some of you guys on here to be able to talk about your experiences and just say how you felt about what it is. And obviously, as EGG, and we're moving forward into doing new things and better things and bigger things, hopefully both of those things, we would love any kind of constructive criticism. Okay, I'm going to take that back. Rewind just a little bit. Constructive criticism that you've got that can help us improve. And when we say improve, we mean improve for you. We want to make the events better for you so that you guys can have more enjoyment out of them, do more things, try different things. So if there are different formats you want us to try, there are different whatever. If there's you got any constructive criticism, anything you want that you think could help us improve your experience, please just let us know. You know where we are, you know who we are, so you can get hold of us anytime you like. And then I think one of the things we want to do is deck lists. So we will be posting the deck lists from all 3 events on the website in the coming days. Air conditioning, says Conscript. We will do our very best.
I second that notion.
Okay, so there's a motion forwarded and seconded, or whatever the terminology is. So air conditioning, I will make a note. No problem. So the deck lists will all be up on the website in the coming days. It may take us a while. There's a hell of a lot of decks, so we'll just, what Kieran was sweating. Yes, I'm sure we all will. Rig the standings in my favor, says Cinder ZA. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm not sure if we can pull that off, but yeah. Lost Girl also dropping, so we got answered in chat as well. I mean, Adam, we finished the tournament and we just can't get rid of her. I mean, what? How do we?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are officially rid of me after this. I actually didn't even want to be a part of this one. But anyway, I'm here. But you guys are rid of me. You have to deal with Anshin after this, man. She's not my problem anymore.
It's okay. Anshin's cool. She's here to stay, she says. That's all fine and dandy. So, okay, fellas, just a last kind of thought from you guys. I've got some announcements to make about EGG and what's happening in like the next week or so, just in terms of events and things like that. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to roll through those quickly and then just get some closing thoughts from you guys. It's not going to be a majorly long stream tonight, simply because I think we're all kind of buggered and need a rest. But let me just run through what I've got to run through real quick, and we can get that out of the way. So first of all, just to give you an update on the streaming side of life from EGG, we will not be streaming Commander this week. We will not be streaming D&D this week. We will not be streaming Eggpod or Commander next week, simply because we are running away from everything. No, I have to be in Cape Town this coming weekend for an event, which I'm about to talk about now. And also I think it's time for us to just take a little bit of a break. Everybody needs a bit of rest, especially after Nationals. So I think it's a good idea and a good time for us to just take a load off. And we'll come back super recharged and super refreshed after that break. We will be back on the Egg Pod on the 11th of October. And on that show, we will have Stefan Roots from Unplug Yourself here with us to do the first draw for our quarterly grand prize, for our patrons only prize of a 4,000 Rand Magic the Gathering bundle. Those of you who are our patrons, and have made payments to the patron thingamabob, have got tickets into that draw, depending on how many times your payments have gone off. Obviously, they reset again now in the third month, and you start at 1 ticket again. But for some of you have 2 tickets. For some of you have 1 ticket. But there's a chance that you guys are going to win $4,000 worth of Magic the Gathering stuff, which I think is pretty insane. And that draw will be live here on the Egg Pod on the 11th. Once we're back with that, I think we kick off before the 11th with the D&D session the Saturday before, and that's where we'll be back on stream. And from the 11th, everything rolls the way it does before. And so, to the announcement about Cape Town, we are helping ComicCon Cape Town host a Pioneer event this coming Saturday, which may be a surprise to some people. We unfortunately weren't involved in any of the planning and rollout of that, but it is happening and it's going to be big. So just to let you guys know what's going on, it's going to be held at Kind Regards. Tickets are on howler.co.za. Just go to the search, type in ComicCon, and you'll see ComicCon Cape Town pop-up events. The Magic event is in there. There's also a D&D event that we're going to be running. Kendra, who is one of our patrons, will be hosting that event at Kind Regards as well. And we'll be running a little Pioneer event down there. I have also just been informed this evening, and this is what I wanted to shout out to all you guys, is that prize support has been confirmed to $1,000 cash prize for first place, $600 for second, $400 for third. There will also be some really cool Comic-Con merch bundles going out as prizes as well. Space is limited because of COVID restrictions in Cape Town, so 30 people at the moment are allowed. So I would go and grab your tickets if I was you. There's also going to be a special from the venue on the day. You get a pizza and a beer for $120, and then it's like $25 a beer for you because you're playing either the D&D or the Magic event for the rest of the day. So you guys can go and check that out. Like I said, it's on Howler. I can actually post a link here as soon as I find it. Give me 1 second. It's a very long link, so give me a moment. There we go. I'll stick it in here. There you go. So you can go check that out there. But yeah, we're going to be down there. We're going to be doing our thing, and I hope to see some of you. I do know that 2 people I know of have already bought tickets. So quite keen to see you guys this weekend. But I'm hoping there'll be a whole bunch more now that we have a bit more clarity about what's going on. So go check that out. $1,000 cash prize for first place, which is really not bad. $600 for second and $400 for third, and Comic-Con merch. So that's what's happening in Kaapstad this weekend. We will have registration at 9. We'll kick off at 10 o'clock. And we'll take it from it's at Kind Regards. I think I did mention that. Okay, cool. Let me just check if there's anything else I need to do. I've got a list here in front of me of stuffs. because I like lists when I'm doing things like this. But that's pretty. Please make sure the clothes are double XL. I'll do the bit. It's not my bag, baby. It's okay. I will see what I can organize, but I can't promise anything. Like I said, it's not our event. We're just helping out. So I'll talk to the peoples and see what we can arrange. But that's it for us, I think, for tonight. I think everybody's kind of tired and needs to go places and do stuff. Again, big shout out to all of you guys for coming through, to Diego for coming through, Kieran, to Adam. Thanks, you all, for taking some time out to join us here on the Egg Pod for what is going to be our sort of hiatus episode. But just some final thoughts from any of you guys. Anything you'd like to say about your experience this weekend, or where you'd like to see Magic going, or whatever. Anything you guys want to say?
Dude, it was an absolute joy. Had a blast this weekend. You need to do this more often, man. You guys need to do this more often. Wherever I am in the country, I'd fly down for a weekend like this.
That's amazing. Thank you. That's cool. That's something to think about. Kieran?
Yeah. Good to, as a one of the people who's been around a long time. It's good to see this back and see people traveling for Magic again. It's what I grew up doing, the 2000s onwards, and that's the way you connect and you make great friends and you have great friendships all over the country and all over the world, in fact. So it's it's Magic the Gathering, and events like this brings the gathering. So thanks to you guys for setting this whole thing up. And even Adam, especially Adam, we had a small suggestion on the Saturday, and on the Sunday he made a quick change and he sorted out the kitchen, and amazing, just responsive and helpful. So thanks to you guys for everything. And as I said, I'll always support your endeavors where I can. It's good to see new blood come through and the next generation. May they be bigger and better, so to speak.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Diego, any thoughts from you?
I just want to say thanks to all the opponents and say that all the games I played the weekend was very great. Every single one. The game against Kieran, amazing. Against Yudi, amazing. Every single game had something new to offer.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, thanks for that. I see also Yudi's mentioned trios. I think that's Alex van der Bale's thing that he wants to be doing again. He ran it once before quite successfully, so keep an eye on that. That's not an egg thing as far as I know, but trios was always fun. I think it was a really, really cool tournament, and Alex certainly knows how to put on a show, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. But to everybody out there, thank you for your support. Thank you for joining the stream. Thanks for those of you who came through to play, and to the players again, to you guys, to the winners, to everybody, to Adam, to the Nexus for hosting us, and just all together, what an amazing weekend we had. And we're going to be back real soon with some really great stuff. So we've got some ideas in the pipeline. We're talking to some people, and there are some things going to be happening real soon. So keep it locked on EGG. You'll be updated as we go. But until then, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Get your tickets for Cape Town. If you're going to be in Cape Town this weekend, come down and play some Pioneer with us. Should be fun. I might just bring a whole bunch of Commander decks and chill in the background while everybody plays Pioneer. But that's just how it goes. But until then, and until the next time we see you, which again, please keep in mind, EggPod will be back on the 11th of October. The weekend before that Saturday, we'll be back with Roll This, our D&D sessions. But the EggPod itself will be back on the 11th of October, and no Commanders until then either. But until then, peace and love, y'all. Thank you so much for all your support and everything you've done for us. We will keep it rolling as we go forward. Good night, everybody. Say good night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio, guys.
Nothing. Adam's just quiet. Okay, bye, Adam.